When the world sleeps, I awaken. I am the voice in the silence. I am the fear behind the door. I am Dark Whisper. And these are the stories that were never meant to be heard. Turn off the lights, if you dare. The first knock came at exactly 3 a.m. Ethan's eyes snapped open. He wasn't dreaming. The sound echoed again, steady and deliberate, as though someone was tapping on the wooden door with their bare knuckles. His room was cloaked in darkness, lit only by the dull red glow of his digital alarm clock. It read, 3 a.m. His throat tightened. He lived alone, in a small two-bedroom house at the edge of town, surrounded by woods. No one should have been outside at this hour. The knock came a third time. Ethan froze. The air in the room grew heavy. Something about that knock wasn't right. It wasn't frantic or desperate. It was patient. Ethan sat up slowly, careful not to make a sound. The hardwood floor creaked slightly under his feet. Another knock. Still calm, still steady. He tiptoed toward the living room, past the cold hallway where shadows seemed to shift even without movement. He peeked out through the blinds. Nothing. The porch was empty. No movement, no shadow, just the stillness of the night and the whispering trees beyond. But the knock came again, closer this time. Not at the front door. It was at the side entrance now. Ethan's breath hitched. Whoever it was, they were moving around the house. Heart pounding, Ethan backed away from the window and reached for the baseball bat he kept beside the sofa. The air felt colder. Was it the wind? No windows were open. A memory crept up in his mind, an old urban legend his grandmother once told him about a man who knocks at 3 a.m. If you answer, he takes something from you. No one knows what exactly. A part of your soul, some say. Others claim your memories vanish, one by one. Ethan shook his head. That's just a story, isn't it? The knock came again. Now at the back door. He moved silently through the kitchen. His heart drummed like thunder in his chest. He stood before the back door, bat clenched tightly. Slowly, he turned the lock. The door creaked as he opened it just an inch to peek. No one. Just moonlight and silence. He closed it quickly, locked it again, and turned around, only to find a trail of wet footprints on the floor leading from the door into the hallway. Ethan's mouth went dry. He hadn't seen anyone, but someone, or something, had clearly entered. The knocks were never meant to be answered. And now, he had. He followed the footprints, each step colder than the last. They led to his bedroom. He paused at the threshold, gripping the bat tighter. The door was slightly ajar, and inside, the air was unnaturally still. He pushed it open. The room was empty. The footprints ended beside his bed, where the covers were pulled back. Something had been lying there. Or someone. But how? He had been awake the entire time. Unless, it had never left. It had always been inside. A breath escaped near his ear. Ethan spun around. Nothing. He didn't sleep that night. He sat in his living room, lights on, weapon in hand, waiting for the morning light. But it never came. His clock blinked 3 a.m. endlessly. No matter how many hours passed, it remained 3 o'clock. The sun never rose. The world outside stayed shrouded in darkness. His phone didn't work. The battery was full, but the screen remained black. The knocks had stopped. But the silence was louder. Oppressive. As though the house was holding its breath. He wasn't sure what was real anymore. By the second day, if it could even be called that, Ethan began to see him. A tall, thin man in the reflection of the microwave, standing still behind him. In the window's reflection, closer. Never blinking, never speaking. Just watching. Sometimes, when Ethan moved fast enough, he could see the man's face, pale, stretched too wide, with hollow eyes and a mouth stitched shut. A watcher. A punisher. Ethan knew now what the knock had taken. His time. His place in the real world. He was trapped in a moment, a living echo. He tried everything, breaking windows, screaming, lighting a fire. But nothing pierced the eternal 3 a.m. Food didn't spoil. He didn't age. But his sanity wore thin. The man would now stand over him while he slept, if he ever did. Whispering, though his mouth never opened. Whispering Ethan's name. The name began to lose meaning. He could no longer recall what day it was, or if he had ever had a life before the knock. Photos in his phone were gone. Notes on the wall now unreadable. His identity fading. Memory by memory. And then came the final knock. Not from a door. From inside his mind. It echoed loud and sharp, and with it came understanding. He had become part of the house. The next person who moved in would hear the knock at 3 a.m. It would be him knocking now. A soul bound by curiosity, answering something that should never have been acknowledged. He wasn't Ethan anymore. He was the story. The knock. The legend. Passed down from house to house. Generation to generation. And tonight, again, he knocks.